Hey, happy Saturday. This is you and Divine Needle. How's it going? Wow, never had so much trouble getting a stream to start up. Wow, it's out there spinning and spinning and spinning. Oh, I can see why. We got the card stagnation. Yes, stagnant energy, all kinds. I hope you guys are having a grand Saturday. I was out this morning after a very rough night of no sleep. And yeah, the energy, it seems to have calmed down a bit. But yeah, uh, not only was the energy off, like really off, yeah, Gabriel and Ad and I were just like, there was a lot of communication going on. None that I was really privy to, but I could just tell that they were in an uproar of sorts. Anyway, the stagnation card, Eight of Cups. Today's gonna be a little different because it's gonna be a little longer live stream, and yeah, some additional cards will be in the mix because they wanted me to get back to the regular daily guidance as well with spirit keepers. So I do plan on doing that too. So we'll see how it goes and see how many join for the fun. Anyway, we're going to get into this first card about stagnation. And it is the Eight of Cups. And that is generally the energy of walking away from something that you put emotional effort into a great deal and heading somewhere else. And I just had 222 when I glanced up at the counter. It's interesting because that's the number that was on that truck the other day. It's like, I don't know. When I get that, I get the feeling of um, we're in the middle of a railroad track and there's a train coming. That's the feeling I get when I keep seeing that. So um, it's interesting. This card, if you look up here, right here in this corner over here, see the signs? It looks like there's a stick facing this way, and then a couple of directions we can go that way. It's like um, I don't know, a street sign or different directions you could go. And that's really sticking out to me because the Sibian Mysteries picture, the top of the mast of the ship was like that. It looked like three directions you could go. What's it going to be? Anyway, this is a beautiful card. I'll get it up here close so you guys can see it. A lot of water energy, okay? Stagnation. So something you put a lot of emotional effort into, and that walking away from it. It's interesting because the a lot of the readings have the Eight of Cups in them uh, for this coming week. From some of the other readers, I watched them to help keep a pulse on what's going on with the energies for uh, the planet, basically. So I do keep my eye on that. Anyway, the stagnation is the emotional fatigue, idleness, and flatness you feel when things have begun to run downhill, becoming sticky and swampy, blocked, dry, suffocated, and dead. The oozing liquid floral abundance symbolizes the stagnation you experience as a result of overdoing, overindulging, overdosing, and debauchery. Useless cups and dried up leaves and water represent stagnation from boredom and routine. Well, I'm beating that today because I'm whipping out some more cards than usual. The closed vase is the center, in the center, means that this is the time for emotional rest. By shutting down all systems, going within yourself and conserving energy, you rejuvenate and revitalize, a process symbolized by the spring greenness of the vase. Remember, all life comes out of the swamp, so be patient and know that new life is germinating. So whatever it is you're walking away, something else is cooking in the background, just like that Sabian Mysteries picture where the ship's mast looks like those road signs. Okay? The signs are everywhere around us. We only have to pay attention. They'll guide you in the right direction. You just have to look for the signs. Anyway, yeah, something you put some emotional effort into is not giving you what you need, and you have to walk away from it. Okay? That could be a job, that could be people, that could be financial investments, whatever it is. It's not filling your cups anymore. So you need to go on that journey. Look for the signs, what direction you're going to be moving. Part of what my work here is to help you all learn how to read the signs. So I'm hoping that by me talking about the things I see, like a brand new trash truck with 222 on the side, and when my radar goes up, my intuition leading me in a direction. Anyway, so stagnation. Boy, this stream started out with that exactly because it literally sat there in the middle of the screen. Spin, 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 spin. Well, I sat here patiently waiting and hoping it was just because perhaps a lot of people are launching live streams this time of the day on Saturday, which is likely the case. I don't know. I usually don't have trouble getting them to start, though. Anyway, so they wanted Moonology today. So we'll look at Moonology. I just want to have some fun and kick back and relax. Kind of wallow in this watery energy we're in. We do have the new moon in Cancer coming up on just a couple of days. Hi, Preeti. How's it going? It's good to see you. Anyway, we do have that new moon coming up and all this watery energy. And for me, being an Aquarius, an air sign, um, the water I've got is my Venus is in Pisces. So watery energy is not well, I'm a Virgo sun or an Aquarius sun, a Sagittarius rising, a Virgo moon, and a Pisces Venus. And I don't let my watery side out a lot because my Aquarius and my fiery Sagittarius always seems to rule the day most of the time. So it's very, very, yes, Preeti, I know you're from India. I remember you. I do hope you're doing well. The world is topsy-turvy, and I personally don't believe in the fake boundaries between the countries. We're all one people in the end, right? We're all the same. We're all connected too, regardless of their fake boundaries, right? They do want people to fear people from other countries. They want you see, that's confirmation, double confirmation. They want you to fear people. They want to keep that, what do you call it? Division going. So for me, I don't care. Religion, race, country, none of that matters to me. It's all about souls, and we all want the same things, right? Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to look at the Moonology for today. Let's see what they have for us for the collective. We want to know. Oh, it's up here in the top. Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. It's interesting. The Leo reading yesterday was very interesting. It was a roadblock for Leo. Definitely stagnation. So, full moon in Leo. Let's take a look at it. Gotta find it in the book here. Just take a moment. Here we go. Okay. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? I feel like we're talking specifically to Leos here because their reading yesterday was exactly that. They were getting a big roadblock, an obstacle. This coming week. Is the question you're asking based on your ego or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. Leos can be very showy, can't they? This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to your dilemma. If you're not, if you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help you in all your relationships. Well, what's interesting is tomorrow's card is balance. We'll talk more about that tomorrow, though. Balance. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being plain too much. Additional meanings for this card. Self-esteem is good, but vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Hear, hear. I second that motion. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. So, for some of you, friendships may be ending. The teaching of this card is when the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time where people feel more confident to show the world their talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of the people in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. Hmm. You should definitely stand in your regalness, but don't be proudful because true royalty is servitude to others, right? So, and that's not the example we're getting in today's leadership, is it? We're not getting true regal royals. They're not about the people, they're about themselves, right? Many of the governments, it's all about them and how much money they can make for the corporations they're in the pocket of. So they're not acting regally whatsoever. The job of royalty or having positions of power is about servitude. It's what you can do for the people. They should not be living above or lording over the people. They should be living among them, right? For me, that's the world I see. That's the world I'd love to see in the future. Anyway, they do let pride get in their way. A bunch. And they want a second card from this deck, so we're going to oblige. And it's up near the top too. Okay, what did they give us? Oh, there's that balance. That's the card for tomorrow. Balance. Okay. So tomorrow's card is already leaking its energy. We're only halfway through. It's 1, 2, 3, by the way, step by step. 1, 2, 3 choices. Which way you gonna go? But this whole balance energy is already leaking into today, and this is Sunday's energy. So keep that in mind because we definitely have it here in spades because it talks about balance here and here. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Okay, let me find that. Here we go. Give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. When the new moon in Libra comes up, there's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well balanced connection. In anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish or prideful. It won't get you anywhere at this time. It's interesting that it comes up with this because there are many people in their small communities banding together. They know, they hear about the government and their um, food shortages. Well, this is a perceived lack that they're trying to instill in the people. There isn't actually real lack. They just want you to perceive it that way. And many people have discovered that that is not, they know, they see the writing on the wall, they know what they're up to. So what they're doing is they're banding together and creating small communities that where they're putting the resources of everybody together. Take, for instance, one person is into natural herbal remedies or tinctures, and you've got another person over here that knows how to sew, and another person over here that knows how to knit, and somebody else that's a beekeeper and has honey, or somebody else that raises chickens or ducks for their eggs. And they're grouping them up to become the new normal. What we want to see: food grown locally, with care, with love, and organically. Anyway, that's what we want to see. That's the future, the real future, not the perceived future they love to spout through the news, right? Anyway, attune to the moon. Reach out to someone and let them know you care. Additional meanings for this card: feel more and think less. Marriage or engagement is on the cards. That's interesting because one of the signs did get the marriage. I believe it was Sagittarius. They got the ring in their reading. A legal matter will go your way. So, some justice energy. Pay some attention to your appearance, but don't be all about appearances. Remember, Leos can be pretty showy, but don't be all about that. It's not about that. It's what's on the inside that matters. The teaching: Libra is a sign of love and harmony, negotiation and relationships. It is harmonious, kind, and luxurious, and always aiming for balance. So when we have the new moon in Libra, or at any time you draw this card, there's a restart possible for anything and everything connected to partnerships, negotiations, appearances, and justice. Remember that Libra is depicted by a set of scales. This energy wants to bring things back into equilibrium. Hmm. I do like the cards they had for us today, for sure. And we're going to pick those up. Just keep on my mind in the back of your heads while I get ready here to do a regular reading with Spirit Keepers. Okay. So, Spirit Keepers. So, this is for the energy of today through tomorrow. Okay. They're telling me I'm supposed to be taking a day off. Is that why they kept bringing the balance card into the situation? They want me to take a day off. Not today, tomorrow. So hold the phone momentarily while we bring out tomorrow's card, because it was definitely bleeding into today's energy. For sure. Balance. So they definitely want me to talk about this. This is number 8. Eight's the infinity symbol. Okay, let me get to it and we will oh, balance. So let's talk about this. What a magnificent card. Look at that. See her reflection in the ball. Isn't that amazing? Just beautiful. Wow. And the water and the colors reflected in the jewel here. Wow. It's really pretty. Super pretty. Nice card. Balance is the law of action and reaction. For every action, there is an equal reaction. The number 8 of balance symbolizes balance amidst ever present change. We're definitely going through a lot of change these days, aren't we? Every change creates a new balance or imbalance. Balance is a dance, a continuum of Libra like mental adjustments to keep your equilibrium. Keep a flexible mind capable of adapting. Well, I'm definitely being flexible because they wanted me to go ahead and pull this card out and take the day off tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Possibly I won't be around tomorrow. I need a vacation. At least they think so. The bipartite brain symbolizes the balance of your left and right brain. Be both analytical and creative, mathematical and poetic, intellectual and dreamy, decisive and reflective. Like the sword and the facets of the diamond, you are sharp minded. Penetrate all sides of an issue. Like the balancing sword of justice, possesses an objectivity which enables you to evaluate the pros and the cons, the pluses and the minuses. So, this is traditionally the Justice card. And it's interesting because that energy bled over into the Moonology cards I pulled. Like a judge, act with fairness. Be fair to all sides of yourself, your mind, heart, body, and spirit. Seek equality in relationships. Maintain a sense of proportion in your life. Remember what I said? Life is like walking a tightrope. So many people say, "Oh, I'm taking the service to others path." And others say, "Oh, I'm going to take that service to self path." And I keep telling everybody, it's actually this is what you want to achieve, walking the tight wire between the two, right up the damn middle. The shadow or negative side of balance. You can be, however, overly judgmental and critical. The sword is the slayer, and air signs can be super hypercritical. And the Justice card is about the sun sign of Libra. And all the air signs, whether it be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, they can all be very cutting if they need to be. And your compulsion to keep things in order may prevent you from living the full spectrum of life with passion. So, living life with passion, to me, the ballerina dancer on this card, balancing that ball on her toe, that is phenomenal. That is amazing grace and balance. That is walking that tightrope, right? It's interesting because the one on the other side here, I can't quite make out what that is. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus in. Is that a fox or a cat? It's got, looks like a vase or a vase of some sort. Super fascinating. It's actually bigger on my screen when I hold it up. That's why I'm not even holding it up in front of me. I can actually see more. Looks like there's wings there or something, but it might be a cat. I'm not sure. Hmm. Anyway, balance. Good deal. So that definitely was in the reading prior with the whole new moon in Libra. card that we got. So that finishes up the week on those cards. And they want me to look at spirit keepers and start pulling those into this reading and to the energy. So for the collective, Saturday through Sunday, there's the balancing act right there. The discerning one, two of scepters. Will it be this path? Will it be that path? That's Mars and Aries, and that's exactly where Mars is right now. Okay. What's our highest priority for the collective? What's our highest priority? They want the cards just so. They tend to drop them out in books when this happens too, just saying. They'll drop them out all at once. Boom, boom, boom. Our highest priority for Saturday and Sunday. They just wanted me to realize that I'm looking at a 2. All right. Highest priority for the collective. Yep, out in the book. Highest priority, conservator, apocalypse, the force, the angel, and the giver. Okay. I get what they're laying down on that already. Because the 2 was reminding me of that reading I just recently did where I got the 222, and it was leading to a big fire event coming in September in 2 months. Holding back, withholding, saving. Apocalypse. Great strength. All right. That's our highest priority. We'll look more at that energy in a minute and we'll talk about it. And we will talk about it. And what do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for? This feels like the answer right there, but let's see what else. What do we need to be mindful of and or prepare for? Super burdened. Wow. And carrying the burden of others, possibly. All right. Knight of Cups, hesitation. The hesitant knight has an offer, but hesitant. That's the underlying energy. Queen of Swords. And the Chariot. And the Magician. And the Journeyman. Sacred Fire. Yep, they're still talking about that fire coming. All right. Dedicated, focused. Anyway, the overall energy is the 2 of scepters. This is looking out got the world in your hand, and there's a path in front of you, one that you've picked. And they want me to read this from the book, and Mars is in Aries right now on the astrology. See, we have Mars, we have Leo and Sag, a whole bunch of fire energy, and the sun. Okay. So let's look at the two of scepters, and they want me to actually read this from the book. Determine your boundaries and define the scope of your dominion. This is the moment for you to map out your ambition. Exercise discernment before you proceed any further on this path you've chosen. Look out to the horizon and discern whether this is the sea you want to embark from. Decide, do you want a kingdom or do you want an empire? Hmm. Well, we know the answer to that. How about an empire that all the people own equally? Sounds good to me. Okay. Our highest priority, we have the conservator, the apocalypse, and the force, the angel, and the giver. So we have a 4 and a 6 on either side of 3 major arcana. So, the conservator. This is what you own. The Last Judgment. Key 20. All right, let's talk about that card. Key 20, the Apocalypse. That is the Age of Aquarius card, by the way. The Apocalypse card. This one. The Alpha, Omega, beginning and end. This is the spirit presented upon your path when you have arrived at a point of no return. What has transpired is now irreversible. The only way out is through. This is the moment of full realization for why all that has happened to you has happened. The apocalypse is a spirit of revelation when the answers that were hidden before are now obvious. This is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. When this card appears in divination with other cards, it adds emphasis of significant spiritual importance. Pay closer attention. This is an event horizon. This is a space-time in which no event that comes subsequent can affect the outcome, because all that could have either has or hasn't transpired. This is where you cross over the gravitational pull of a black hole, and there's no going back. Turning back is impossible. And with the conservator, the Four of Orbs. Let's take a look at that. The conservator is the maintenance work, investments, and natural resources needed to reign, rule, and order. So it's your resources and your path forward. Picking that path. Is it the one you want to embark from? The Force. Key 8. That's coming out in a lot of the readings as well. So is Key 14, the Angel, which is Temperance card. Yeah, Judgment, Strength, and Temperance. All right in the middle of that. So, the Force. Key 8. Again, we have an 8. The eights, the infinity, right? It is the infinity symbol, but also the eights have extreme spiritual significance because the triple eights are the gods. This is a spirit mastery over your own fears. You're awakening to higher consciousness. The force is the personification of audacity to achieve personal miracles. In spite of all the obstacles you've endured, you prevail, you persist, and you domineer. When the beast growls at the maiden, instead of responding with violence or with fear, the maiden shows love, kindness, and compassion. Her loving kindness tames the lion. With patience and fortitude, you overcome initial setbacks. You are held in high esteem. So, some sort of initial setbacks after this judgment. Because everything that's happened that could have happened that would help has already occurred. Then we're dealing with the angel. Patience, divine timing, the alchemy going on behind the scenes. Key 14. This is where it gets better. Mutatis mutandis. The necessary changes have been made. So the changes have been made. The cups have been mixed. The event horizon. Okay? This is an omen that troubles are passing, pain subsiding, and you are growing closer to God. The angel is your patron deity. Genius in Greco-Roman lore is one's tutelary deity or guardian spirit that protects an individual person. It is your daemon from your cradle to grave, the realization of an inner divine. Circumstances in your life path have converged, and a work of personal inspiration becomes your productivity. You realize your innate talents and bring into material being that which is extraordinary. This is the primordial spirit of exceptionalism. Genius hits a target no one else can see. And then the giver. Six of orbs. Equal reciprocity. The balancing of the scales, right? Okay, we want the six of orbs. And I'm a couple pages too far. There we go. Let the karmic circle remain unbroken. Give to receive, but give back. The giver is the spirit of provision. Seeking anonymity, the giver shows only the hand in offering. Yet know this about the many names of the giver: Anasadora, the giver of gifts, and the six of orbs. We also see the divine blessings of Demeter, who gifts you with material success. When the giver appears to you, the spirit of nurture is all around you. So give freely, but also receive freely, right? Keeping that energy flow dynamic. Because right now it looks like there's a path we're all on and there's no going back. And their highest priority is to hang on to what you've got, make a judgment call without fear. All right. And equal reciprocity. Keep in mind, because of all this, the burdened one, Ten of Scepters, that is unduly carrying the burden of others. spirit resident in this card is the carrier of sorrows. The burdened one is oppression we bring onto ourselves when we don't temper or when we have acquiesced to others using us as their beast of burden. The series of decisions you have made along the way have led up to this culminating point of unduly carrying the responsibility of others. Are the hands of spirit holding the rods to help you carry the weight of that load? Or are the hands of spirit presenting the burden to you as the test of your strength, resolve, and perseverance? I'd say it's a test. Is this a divine trial or divine assistance? It's both. The mystic rose at the center between the hands symbolizes secret, a mystery, indicating that you don't know everything. There are greater reasons for why you are where you are. There is purpose, but you're not yet privy to that purpose. This is the card of laborious task. So whatever this is, whatever you forged here, preparing for the future is going to be a lot of work. A lot of work. So you guys know what that is, whatever this path is you've chosen. Remember the road signs on the cards for the Eight of Cups. And remember, that's walking away from something you put a great deal of time in to be in search of something greater, right? Something more fulfilling. I would say this is talking about that fulfillment. The Knight of Cups is an offer that comes forward, but it can hesitate. And Queen of Swords, cutting out what no longer serves. You may have some dead weight. This is weight. So for some of you, it could quite literally be physically dropping weight, or the weight on your shoulders as far as mental weight. What's weighing you down? Cutting it out. Because for some of you, you have a trip planned, possibly to the waters, vacation, travel, move, coming up, and having to manifest that. Okay? It's going to take a lot of focus and a lot of inner fire to make that happen. Okay? So the event horizon with great force. Anyway, if I pick up anything additional in this reading, hello, Miss Tamu. It's good to see you. I hope you're having a good Saturday. If I pick up anything else, the Blind Seer, I just cut the deck. Libra, here we go again with the Libra energy, balance energy. Seeing through the trees about this sacred fire. Something about divine timing and healing, wish fulfillment. Slow and steady wins the race. Incoming truth message, right? Incoming message truth from none other than King of Swords, Archangel Commander. He is the angel of storms and battles. Looks like we got one ahead of us. High Priestess, Dark Horse. Yep. For sure. We've got something ahead of us. and it's dealing with big fire. I hope you guys watch that reading. They're trying to give us a heads up about something really big coming in September. And with the planetary alignments, it ain't no joke, whatever it is, because every planet. Now, here's the kicker, because the Emperor and the Empress were both in that reading. The Emperor was a little further down from the Empress, but she was the underlying energy. And yeah, Venus and Mars are the only two planets that will not be in retrograde that day, besides the moon and the sun. 22nd, 23rd of September. So this feels like they're trying to prepare us for that somehow. Whatever path we pick, either way, it's going to be a lot of hard work. And it's going to require a lot of strength, love, and compassion, and equal reciprocity with others to make it happen. And holding on to what you got and trying to save. Not just material items. Let me do something real quick. I got my teeny tiny deck sitting right here, so I'm gonna get further clarity on the conservator. King of Cups. Hold on. It's really interesting because the King of Cups is coming up in the readings. Anything else about the conservator? King of Cups. Anything else? Anything else about the conservator? It just feels like we're supposed to be kind of stockpiling. I know. For some of you, this could be somebody that's orchestrating a network with other people. The King of Cups, a communicator, right? They're not emotional, because kings show restraint, basically. But good communicators. Communicating. I need to hang on to resources, especially goods. Now it's funny because I think this King of Cups, because this almost feels like the energy of the summer heat and being taxed by the summer heat. It's interesting because I do know that a lot of the cattle ranches are having major problems because of the heat, losing cattle. Most of the ones that are is because they're doing it all wrong. Their cattle are in big feedlots exposed to the elements with no relief. That's not the way you treat an animal at all. But I know the dairy farmers, because of the heat, the cows aren't producing as much. So that could be what's going on here that they're talking about. The King of Cups, he's got liquid milk, liquid life. Let's see if there's anything else that can tell us about the conservator. King of Cups. Anything further on that? Okay, what about the Ten of Scepters? Anything further on the Ten of Scepters? It's interesting because I happen to know a dairy farmer who has lost weight. So many of you may be losing some extra pounds and holding back on the amount you consume. That could be what they're talking about here. Holding back. Yeah, Queen of Cups. We got the King and the Queen of Cups. Overly burdened. Okay. Yeah. Taking stock and evaluating, right? So for some of you out there, if you're a water sign, particularly, you're going to be evaluating situations you're in right now and how you can conserve to retain your um, current value system, basically, and be able to um, give out something and get back something for what you're giving out. And that could be in the form of goods, of pentacle items, right? Okay. Interesting. So an interesting reading, but it feels like a lot of preparation energy here. Um, like we're at the event horizon having to make a judgment call. And yeah. We got to be careful about our pathway pick because are you certain that's the path or the sea you want to sail from, right? All right. Anyway, I hope this helps you guys for this weekend. Evidently, they want me to take a day off. I could use it. Definitely could. I need to rest up. The energy that was coming in recently was really weird and off. Even this morning, yeah, there was some very strange energy happening. So, yeah, keep all this in mind. Evaluate the situation before you take steps you can't come back from, right? All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Adore you guys. It looks like I'll have the day off tomorrow because they went ahead and had me do the balance card that's for tomorrow. So I'm taking a day off. Hope you guys rest up as well and enjoy your Sunday and the rest of your Saturday. Take care. And information will be in the description box if you'd like to book a personal private reading to see what seas you're charting out from. What path should you pick? What do you need to conserve, hold back on? Okay. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye, guys.